can say that. Like, that's egging Alex on. Like, you don't do stuff like that when you're playing.
By the way, if 10 people super chat $5 more on YouTube, Nina will cut her hair into an emo blade. She agreed on it. That's a low price. You might be able to do it, yeah.
I think you can pull off the curly emo bang.
Or you can do that thing where you just...
It's gotta be like all.
Yeah, there it is. She's showing you. Yeah. You can see very little forehead. Yes, there we go. Yeah. No, that's just a preview, guys. That's just a preview. I also had the haircut. It was real popular with guys because that one vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie had that. Where you had your hair parted down the middle, but then you would take a lot from each side and like put it down.
Oh, and then have like the downward bang. The bang hair.
Yeah. I remember like my dad hated it. He would just be like grab my forehead and push it back like when I was going out the door.
That's I didn't know why. And he just wanted to come back and shake my hand and be nice. And then I kind of sensitive and said, no, you don't need to host your show. You want to hear what he said in the phone call to me? I didn't record it. That was in
this is messy.
Yeah. Just drop the DMs, Alex, already.
You know, a rare day, I actually only came in and worked the office about 4 hours. So I go back, and she's literally calling me. Daddy, you're supposed to be home. You said be home at 10. I want to play in the yard. So I'm sitting there about 4 o'clock, bobbing around, and I get a text message. Hey, I'll see you today.
I appreciate the sound effects.
What's wrong? And he's like, Monday. I mean, he's the commander. Then I slashed him a few texts later. I said, hey, can we talk now? He ignores me. So Monday rolls around. Talk today. And I'm like, that's kind of...
I'm doing all right.
Whichever. I said, how about we just
got some work to do.
Pretty clear about what. If you're right now, I said, yeah. So he calls up.
Ooh, how are you doing today? How's work?
Different than the way
it's very... The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows. Right. Alex is he's editorializing this big.
Oh, it's not delayed. It just took me a minute to read it.
Again, you know, you should.
This is definitely a breakup because the truth definitely falls somewhere in the middle, and they're terrible.
I'm just trying to see.
Jaded people right
I don't even have the other phone turned on yet to see if.
And it's in Owen's best interest to keep it going. By the way, like it's a great way to raise.
Yeah, it's the cornering. I guess Owen Schweier quit the InfoWars yesterday. And Alex is burning bridges with him, so it's kind of funny.
But I'll tell you this, if you're really desperate, you pay me more money. But I'll tell you this, I'm going to promote my new show on InfoWars. And I went, what you get? I don't even get.
That's an unreasonable demand, by the way. Like, I'm going to use your platform to grow my other channel. Like,
yeah, that's not cool.
It's something that I promote. Like, in about 4 minutes, I'm going to tell you both to promote your channels. But, like, it's not a reasonable demand. Like, if Melanie was like, I'm going to take a salary, plus I want you to promote my shit, I'd be like, well, you can have one or the other.
Well, especially if you're doing a rival show, because it's like if you're not, if you're just doing a random show, like my Good News shows, like whatever, right? Like for you, it's not really.
Hey, someone, good to see you.
You know, but like if he's doing like a rival conspiracy theory show with like reporting the news and all that, it's like let me promote that.
Let me promote that.
He's allowed to be.
Nah, dude. This is why, like, by the way, a lot of people don't know this because a lot of people haven't been, well, I guess a lot of people probably have been fired, but like, this is not an unreasonable policy where Owen was like, I want to come back for a week after you already quit. Nope.
No.
Everybody, even when I was back in the corporate world, everybody that put their 2 weeks notice in, the first thing I would do is I would email security, give me a box, give me your shit, give me your key. I will still pay you for the next 2 weeks, but you gotta go. Like, you can't have a cancer in the office. You can't have them access to your client list. You can't have, and there's like many times where people are like, what? But I need that. I was like, what are you talking about? Get the fuck out. You just quit. Like,
quit.
I already talked to HR. They got your last check. Oh, we should have asked, but you can't. You just. It's not even like a mean thing. It's just like I can't have you in here with your feet up for 2 weeks. Yeah. Or just being a cancer.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone else is working around you, and you're just like, you know, coming in late, slacking. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen.
It's no show. It was nice, but I was just like, I was like, well, yeah. I said, bankruptcy stuff. I can't really give it a raise. I said, that's okay. He goes, well, you know what?
I don't believe that either. By the way, I'm sure he could have given him a raise. We don't know what his salary is. Maybe he felt like he was already paying him enough, and maybe he was paying him enough. I don't know what he was making.
It was a favor for you. I'm coming into a week. I'm like, no, that's okay, Owen. That's fine. I wish you well. And I hung up and literally got a tear in my eyes.
I think he still is.
Come on, Alex.
I got a tear in my eye.
Yeah.
So I go back to the pool and keep playing. Maybe it was even earlier before. That's right.
I got it back in the pool and kept playing.
Yeah. With Barbie dolls. Yeah.
Goes on
That's an image.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just leaving because, I know I can't talk bad about Trump, and, I know it hurts Jones's access, and, he really, all innuendo. He didn't have the guts to just tell the pure lie that I told him to do stuff, which I didn't. And a bunch of other stuff. I didn't even watch half of it. It's just so painful to watch.
I disagree. I think you watched the whole thing.
Manipulating and wriggling around like a snake, trying to make it as bad as he can, but skate the edge so he can say, I never did that. Because he got the whole crew knows it's not true. He's got the other hosts that know it's not true. So he wants to pull a David Knight. I mean, Harrison Smith says whatever he wants. I walked in this morning. I said, have I ever told you not to say something? He goes, no, it's actually, I'm surprised you haven't. I'm kind of out of control. Like, no, I'm not like you're a good guy. Just say whatever you want. So,
I don't know if it's necessarily that he told him not to say something. I think it's more like, I know you're saying a lot, but you may want to tone it down and be a little bit more mindful of what you're saying. Like that, kind of like, I think that
sometimes
was more
what
I can't even get Chuck to work on Rumble on my extra phone.
That's a lesson.
The stream comes up, but there's no chat.
Years of being
I didn't do
extra.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like, you might want to listen to, my warning because of, what I've been through.
Well, Owen revealed, he said he was getting sued too over something in that live stream.
Okay. Oh.
So maybe Alex was like, see?
Right. And I think that's where it lies, right? And I think that Owen may have taken that a little bit differently. Like, oh, he wants me to tone it down on Trump because he doesn't want me to talk about Trump. Like, and I don't think that that's exactly the case. I think it's like, well, read the room, bro. It is a Trump administration right now. So, and InfoWars has been fucked with a lot. So I don't know if they want to pick another battle where, if you can't dig up,
Yeah.
Well, I've said on air, I think Owen should black pill as an example, and that we all should be more positive. That's my opinion. It's not an attack. It's a discussion. So,
Owen is pretty black
he then runs on air and it's like,
that can get old after a while, all the black pill. Black pilling does generate views. And that's I'm not saying that's why Owen does it. I don't know. But black pilling does generate a ton of views. And that's why a lot of people go with that angle. But it's not productive at all. It's not productive.
Well, it's very cowardly. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing I do can change anything, and I have no responsibility, and we just lose no matter what. At least you could turn to God and be like, well, we should pray about this, because I don't think that there's always some out you could have instead of conflict. Again, I like Owen, and I still think the blame is 50-50 here. I am sure that he wanted a bigger piece of the puzzle. He wanted to be, and whatever, maybe he was told, well, just after we get past this thing or that thing, you're going to get this, or you're going to get that. And it never happened. And, he finally quit. The stuff about Owen stomping around the office, I don't know how true that is. That could be Alex's,
he could be retroactively remembering.
Yeah, he's retroactively applying this now.
is that now? Like, I remember when he looked at me funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, you're right.
You
I
hated him so
remember.
bad, you gave him an $80,000 car. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
this is very woman coded. A lot of this.
It is.
Yeah.
It really
There's
is.
a lot of female energy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let me tell you how it is. I mean, literally, yeah, it's all over. It's not that. You can't get you that. I tell you though, if you're really desperate, and he said that, and I went, excuse me?
It seems unlikely that he would say that.
Well, I mean, if you want to do something really desperate, he was really getting off on it. And I'm like, well, this is an evil son of a bitch, man. Wow, I had a snake around here. I had no idea. And I literally started getting the tears in my eyes because he was burning down like an old house. It burns up in like 2 minutes. And he's burning down. I'm just like, oh, and I got to go, man. And I literally stumbled in the pool. And I was just like, I was like, I'm going to take the high road. I called the crew. I said, let's be nice. Let's be sweet. And then I started singing the clips. And
okay, so so the call happened.
All right.
Right.
And because I was
There's the
I would turn my back on Australia. So, I mean, he took Snake to the next level.
He feels jaded.
So,
oh yeah.
Owen Schroyer's dead to me. If he goes on air and repents to Jesus and apologizes for being demon possessed or whatever it is he is,
yeah,
then I'm gonna forgive him. But he thinks that.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
I want to keep that line in my back pocket to you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Look, I'll accept your apology if you admit you were demon possessed.
Project himself and launch his own show when he cut and run and didn't even call me or didn't even say it.
That's probably enough of that. There will be no reconciliation here. These guys are both really pissed.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
Not for a while.
I had hoped. By the way, if you're just tuning in, our guest host today is Nina Infinity. You can find her both on YouTube and on Rumble. Mods, if you could put her chat link in the description. We've got almost 20,000 people watching on Rumble. Go follow her channel, turn notifications on. She live streams twice a week, and she's a great change of pace. And just a good.
Eggsy's doing being a good one, man.
Rumble.com/C is in Charlie/Nina Infinity.
See if this works.
I'll put it in chat too. And Melanie, why don't you let the people know where they can find your content?
All right, you guys can find me if you want some good white pill Jesus talk. Bible time with Melanie Mack. I've got Bible verses of the day every day.
Jesus talk. See, looks like Rumble's not working in the studio. The Rumble chat's not working in the studio again.
Whatever's going on.
So I got the other one open.
So I have that, and then I have my gaming streams at Melanie Mack on YouTube, where you can just search Melanie Mack Gaming Streams. I've just started Resident Evil 4 Remake last night, and I'm going to be playing that again tonight, so I'd love to see y'all there.
Wow, this fucker just flying in.
Well, go follow her, and she tuned into her live stream. She's Wednesday nights, right? Or did you move again? Wednesday nights?
Mine's Wednesday night. Oh,
Nina's Wednesday night.
We're both Wednesday night.
No, I'm streaming almost every weeknight now.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, both of you fucking
putting
bitches
in
stay
the
out of my
work.
time slots. JR says, I like Owens, but I think Jones deserved more respect considering he built a platform for Owen to become who he is, and his team, Team Alex Jones completely. I'm not going to pick a side. I think both of these guys are going to regret some of the shit they said.
Right.
And in a week, it'll be fine. I wish Owen the best.
Yeah, she is a cutie.
When he's ready, I'll have him on. He can promote his stuff on my show. 100%. He's been on the show. Same thing with Alex. He's been on the show. I think this is a little female energy here. They're both going to get over it tomorrow. NJ Mitch says, the Rumble Premium code isn't working for me. Does it only work if you're a new subscriber, not a renewal? I don't know. Maybe sign up from the link. Try the link in the description and sign up. Here's a topic that, I like to bring up topics when I have the ladies on. This one, Melanie Mack sent to me and said, see, this is what I mean. This is why women deserve less. And I was like, oh, I see. So this study came out, it was back this summer, and I kind of saw it like floating around the internet, and so I kind of had it in my back pocket. I try to save, you know, certain topics for Astrocast because it's good to get a lady's perspective instead of just being like stating as a man factually that women deserve less. But there's this article that came out. A third of women only date men because of free food. And I thought, that can't be true.
Is that like a new thing? Because
that's why
it's so expensive now.
I don't understand how just the emotional investment or the social investment would be worth it.
The girls call it a foodie call.
A foodie call? Wow. That's hilarious.
A new study published by the Society for Personality and Social Psychology journal found that a quarter to a third.
I would prefer Rumble, but I don't know. I don't even remember if someone has a Rumble. If she doesn't, I'll get her one. I'll get her
I'd rather
subscription.
You can tell that those chicks aren't feminists, though.
Yours probably needs to be renewed too.
You have to get, you have to pay for your own meal.
They said 2 studies first conducted with 820 women, so it wasn't a small sample size. They had the second with 327, so over 1,000 total. Asked participants if they ever engaged in a plate for play. 23% of women comped to it in the first study, 33% in the second. The researchers also noted that women who felt dating for food was socially acceptable were more likely to inhabit the dark triad of personality traits.
I tell him I said hi. If you still here, Duke, say hi. Howdy, buddy. I hope you're feeling better.
It's psychopathy.
Hope you can figure it out.
Machiavellianism and narcissism. These are like the dark triad is like serial killer traits. And
or Amber Heard. Either way.
Amber Heard, definitely dark triad. Yeah, definitely. In addition to egotism, with a side of truffled mashed potatoes to go, they said foodie callers more likely to engage in one-night stands, faking orgasms, or sending unsolicited sexual pictures.
Okay, so it's basically prostitution. Okay, they're going to prostitute themselves for a meal. Got it.
Well, I think if they're hot take, sorry girls, if they're sleeping with a guy for the meal, I'm calling that.
No worries.
That's definitely prostitution.
She's around sometime. We'll walk you through it.
I'm not saying it's right. Girls, stop yelling at me. I'm not saying it's right or I agree with it, but I would be willing to bet that a large percentage of men would be like, meh. But I don't think that these two things are related. I think it's that these women were more likely to have one-night stands. I think if they're having dinner with a man they're not attracted to, they're probably not sleeping with him.
Right, maybe. I don't know. That's hard to say.
I guess if they get dessert or not.
I guess so. But yeah, this has just shown a lot of just how terrible dating culture is right now, and it's very transactional. Yeah, it's very transactional in the fact that, okay, well, these women want free food in this case. I guess this is why a lot of women don't accept coffee dates, which I think is wild. Because to me,
that's the best date. Talking as
it is. If I'm going to go on a first date with somebody, I don't want to be, it's too high pressure to have a whole meal with somebody on a first date. You don't even know if you're going to like each other, if you're going to click. I think a coffee date makes sense because it's just very, low commitment, casual, like, okay, have a coffee, just
feel each other out.
Yeah. And then if you like each other, you're connecting, then you can actually sit down to a meal and
we'll schedule the coffee date for like 2:30. If it's only good around 3:30, be like, you want to go get dinner?
Yes, exactly.
Like you could just lead right into it. I remember reading an article about like how women are turning down coffee dates, and I'm like, well, as a man who's now obviously people have found out about my secret divorce 2 years ago, but when I'm not with Melanie's mom. If a girl told me
the lore, we've got a lot of internet lore here.
Yeah, just go with it. If some girl told me like I don't do coffee dates, I'd be like, well, I don't do bitches. Like I would be like, I don't That seems so crazy to me. I grew up on the coffee date. I got a lot of under the shirt, over the bra action after the coffee shop. Like that's what you did.
I mean, it was so prevalent that they put it in Grand Theft Auto. Remember when you went out for coffee? It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I gotta say, I think this is way more to do with the economy than anything else.
Well, that's what it says in the end. It said, balancing. You're told the post 2 years ago, if I had been forced to pay, I probably wouldn't have been able to eat for weeks afterward. I mean,
it's weird because I actually saw this article the other day. Now, mind you, this has been happening for a long time in Canada, but they were saying how, like the Canadian officials were cracking down on sex for
rent. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually a thing that's been going on for a long time in Canada. It's not new.
Yeah.
But it does happen, and now, I mean, rent is crazy in Canada. It's insane how expensive it is.
This sex better be incredible then, because if you're if the rent's $2,000 a month, if you're choosing sex instead of $2,000,
right?
It better be. First of all, it better be more than once.
I was going to say there has to be a frequency. I mean, they can't be
at least
one
weekly.
time.
Yeah. You give her that week off, maybe 3 times a month. You want to steer clear actually the week after. So maybe you just get, well, I'm going to keep it on cross. But the sex for rent thing is crazy. And
that's what I'm saying. I just think this has to do with more of the economy than anything else. Women are just okay, well, I mean, I have to live. And how can I live? Against that.
No worries. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I think that's a sign of the time, man. It's not a good thing.
When you get in there, we'll get you a sub.
Women shouldn't be doing that. This is why a lot of them are signing up for OnlyFans.
Yes, it's all related, right?
It's all related, and it's weird because they think they're going to sign up for OnlyFans and earn thousands of dollars, so that they don't have to do this. And then they do it anyway, and then they end up earning $50 a month, and they're oh shit, maybe I need to go out for a coffee or get my rent paid by sleeping around. So I feel like this is a sign of the times. It is. I know it's
I won't appear, but
economy. It's difficult.
All right.
It's difficult to navigate, especially
I don't even see.
housing and all of that.
Did you say anything? So I don't even. I'm looking at the Rumble chat in my other phone. I'm not seeing it.
It's not good. It's not good for society either.
It does.
Once in a while, Rumble Studio does a stupid update, and it screws things up.
The men that are going out with women to just buy them food. What do you do?
Yeah, that's also sad.
See if there's an update.
I think that it's all related in that kind of it's the only fansing of society where sex work has been not just people have been desensitized to it, but it has been praised. Sex work is real work.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And so these are the trade. This is the effect. People say, "What's the effect OnlyFans has on society?" Well, people have been doing porn forever.
Oh, sweet.
Effects? Well, women are trading a steak dinner,
bacon,
or rent for sex, and they're not feeling shame about it.
Right.
I
thought that was a euphemism. I was looking at my map to see if they were ahead.
I don't have the rent, Mr. Schlockenford. Oh, well, you could pay it off in a different way.
I called you the plumber. I called you because I want my pipes fixed, but I don't have any money.
I don't have any money. Oops, my shirt fell off. Yeah, it's. I'm sure it happens. Famously, it happened in Kingpin, which is there's a scene in that movie where Woody Harrelson has to sleep with this disgusting woman because he can't afford the rent.
Yeah, I had to close the app 3 times before the chat actually even popped up.
That's the opposite. Yeah, but the sex to rent stuff, these are the byproducts of society.
Stories. That's why we hang in. We multi-stream.
Uplifting prostitution, and it's and again, as I've always said, the men engage in this. First of all, if you're a man and you're taking sex rent, you're a loser, right?
Yeah.
And it's borderline You know, I don't know.
It's not going to be a long stream anyway. I'll fire it back up afterwards and double check for updates on my end.
And like you're taking, it's not like now if this girl is like, this is just, hey, I want to rent your apartment. Here's the deal I'm offering you. It's gross, but it's less like, oh, you're making some desperate person have sex with you. Like you're a piece of shit. Like that's gross.
I mean, that's true.
I think this also falls onto men a little bit too, because of the like how much like fatherless homes is going on over here, like I mean, in this society in general. Because in both cases, for the men and the women, like it's the father's role to teach the men value of themselves as well as the women, right? Right. Like you know,
I am going to be dashing tonight too, so.
Right. And they're teaching their damn Jeremy.
Well, I mean, you set your own market value, right?
Right. But they're teaching their sons the same thing. Like you have to have more value for yourself.
Oh yeah, women are just a warm wet hole. You know, you buy them dinner and they owe you this.
It's just like that is the most sacred thing that you can give somebody is your body, man or woman, and it's just like.
Oh, Melanie. What's up?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm all right.
Hey, you know how after hours, after Jamie's off, the phone rolls over to the emissions cell phones?
Yeah.
Can you see it? You know if Nick St. John's number is still on there?
I don't know. Yeah, I can check.
All right, we checked.
Why?
The phone that he has, because he's doing BD now, and Josh doesn't want people calling the facility for treatment, and Nick answering it, because then it looks like he's getting a referral.
Right, but I mean, every time he talked to somebody on that phone, they got his number, so he's going to get.
That's different. I'm talking about organic people calling now. I don't want the phone rolling.
Well, there's no way it can roll. I have to plug it in for that to happen. But I'll make sure it's off if it's not. But he's not on any of the schedules.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, just look to see if it's one of the rollover numbers. If it isn't, then don't worry about anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, back to the show.
Things just people cheapen that to. I mean, I guess it's always been like that, but corrupted.
But now it's socially accepted.
Like,
It used to be this thing you would like when I was in high school. We called whores and we made fun of them. And if our buddies hooked up with them, like in secret, we would shame them for it.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, she's got an OnlyFans account, and when on her 18th birthday, I can pay to see her nude. Like, side note, this country has a pedophile problem. Everyone comes at me and says like, you're exaggerating it, blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, that's why Lil Tay or whatever made like $9 million on her 18th birthday. That is a child. She's so 17 years and 366 years old. 366 days old.
Right.
The fact that many people were queued up to see her nude is disgusting. That side for my chat never really agrees with me on that. Like, oh, she's 18. I'm like, yeah, but turn 40 and go look at an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, but also when she was 18, she's like, oh yeah, I filmed those things like the night. Like, I mean, 17. Come on now. Like, when she actually filmed the stuff. So
she filmed the stuff underage for sure. Yeah, it's gross. Now my guess is most of the customers are Pajeets, but I can't prove that. But I have seen studies where like India, you know, they fund a lot of OnlyFans stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would not have redeemed it. I always think like on a side note, like I don't know, fellas. Like if I was at a beach and I saw it, I guess it all depends. I don't want to go down this road, but like that girl did not look like a woman to me. I'll put it that way.
No,
like
no.
You
well,
could
and she has that.
sections.
Like I don't know what is that thing called where they kind of inventalize themselves for.
Yes, right. She played into that.
Yeah.
Like
they do that thing, and it's really creepy and gross. Like that's one of the things I really hate. Like one of those trends where the women are like, you know, pretending to be all.
Oh, daddy, I'm gonna play my
It's disgusting. I actually like.
Well, because you know what they're playing on. They're playing on the, I'm wearing a onesie pajama feeties and I have triple D boobs that I bought. It's weird and it's it's just weird. Yes, you could find some 18-year-old that I'd be like, oh damn, okay, she's hot. But like, I'll see girls at the bar like who are just 21, like, give me a Michelob Ultra, it's my birthday. And I'm like, that's a baby. Like, there's nothing attractive at all about that girl, and they're 21, not 18. But yes, if they have triple D's, chat. Hey, you know who's hot? And I don't mind saying it, is Trump's granddaughter. She's gonna be like a super
beautiful. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
I'm not saying like I want to sleep with her, Jeff. I'm saying like I see that girl, I'm like, she's gonna be fucking very hot. Like,
but she's also not doing that infantilizing thing.
She doesn't.
She's very conservatively dressed. Like, she's very nice. Very presentable looking. Like, you can appreciate beauty. You don't have to be a fucking creep about it.
Yeah, I'm not buying her OnlyFans.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I'm not buying deep fakes of her. That's. So I had this other story I wanted to talk to you about because, you're both women of color, and I like having.
Hey, it's working. They popped up.
Apparently, so Nina, you said you didn't see this story, which is.
I think it's just a glitch with Rumble.
To give you any notice on what we'd be talking about. There is a Asian voice actor. Basically, I wish I didn't have to say this, but it seems like basically every voice actor is a piece of shit. Like, I'm still not convinced.
It's a tough industry. The thing about it's very woke industry. So you do have a lot of these like insufferable voice actors within it, and then you'll have some base voice actors who they can't be open about how base they are because they'll be canceled and they're not going to get any jobs. I have had voice actors that work for extremely mainstream popular anime and video games. I'm talking some of the most popular Game of the Year nominated video games that reach out to me and are like, hey, I appreciate you fighting the good fight and saying this stuff. I can't say it or I'll be out of a job, So there are some who kind of have to play the game or just have to be quiet. But then you've got, because most of the industry is extremely woke. It's insane.
Yeah. Or they're like sex pests.
Or that.
There's not. I'm not even totally convinced that we know the whole story about the one guy. This guy who goes by the name. His name is Sungwon Cho, or ProZD. He has complained in the past about, he went to try out for this TV show, and they were only typecasting him as Asian, and it wasn't fair, and that people should do the voice acting. That, first of all, Asians should only do Asians, but he should also get roles for non-Asian roles.
I have a massive problem with that because as a fan of like animation, I even dabbled into wanting to go into voice acting for a long time. But then I realized the industry was complete and utter shit show, so I decided not to do it. But like.
Look what it did to Young, it destroyed his career.
Oh, it's working.
Right, and that's what I did. I did my review for King of the Hill recently, and that was one of the things I had a major problem with the revival was like the voice casting of a couple of the Asian people that they made.
Not good.
Because it was like, it's like this new thing where you have to represent the color of the skin you're representing on screen, which I think is total and utter bullshit. But then at King of the Hill, they didn't recast the chick that does Bobby's voice because, technically he should have been a 21-year-old, man, a white male.
So she couldn't do it anymore.
Right? Playing that game, it's like, where do you draw the line? Mind you, I love Bobby's voice in King of the Hill. Like, I don't want her to be recast.
I thought Dale wasn't good. Dale wasn't good.
Great. But I mean, I think he did the best that he could, right? Like,
maybe he was, he did pass away, right?
Yeah, he would, and he did.
It's an excellent deal. Oh my goodness! I mean, as long as it's in decent shape and works, that would be awesome. Someone triggers are very expensive.
Into the group is like you can kind of see like they kind of pick it up in further episodes, but the two main ones that were was Ted Lassana and Ron. And so they were like, they were awful because they just casted these people that looked like them behind the scenes, but they didn't sound anything like the characters. And I think that's a huge issue in the voice acting industry right now. This whole idea, like we've gotten rid of the woke stuff. They need to get rid of this idea that a person has to represent what they look like on screen. It's ridiculous. It's a cartoon.
Well, I mean, Bart Simpson was voiced by a woman and no one cared.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what runs it. So, yeah. I mean, that's probably at least $100 or more.
Their facial expressions to see, you don't have like all the, they have to be able to pull up a character just based off of.
Hey, Dirty.
They have to be able to.
I think a skin allergy going on because he's scratching a lot. So I tried him on some Benadryl today. So it helps the itching, but of course it's made him pretty much a napper, which is not the worst thing in the world.
We're all human. We're all made in the image of God.
Well, that's your interpretation of it, Trump, Dirty.
Better than the other just because of a race, and so that's that's the whole way to look at it. But it's like so your voice should make a difference because hey, I'm just as human as this person or that person.
Well, this is a woman playing a man right here. This is, this is.
So your wish that he was actually not even alive didn't come true, according to the rest of the left media. That he was gone.
That is pretty good. Yeah, that is pretty good.
Or deathly ill.
Yeah. These chicks all look like a murderer's row of people who have been who have never had consensual sex in their eyes. But they are all they're all very SJW looking. This one?
I can't tell if that's a woman or not, but that's
one
how
of
the
them's
voice acting industry is not. This is what has happened with the gaming industry and all of that stuff too, and that's one reason why we're seeing such a huge downfall in video games and entertainment in general because it got so insane. They hired all of these crazy activists and stuff, and they pushed out people with talent based on whatever because they demonized them, called them bigots, this, that, and the other, for just not aligning exactly with whatever their activism was promoting.
Well, the thing with this,
I'm just talking about the left media. They're speculating that he was already at Walter Reed. He's on his deathbed. That's what the announcement was going to be at 2 o'clock.
So he's getting what he deserves here.
It backfired on me because here's the thing: is whenever you start saying, "Oh, this person shouldn't be allowed to play this character because they're a different race than this character," well, and you're a voice actor, then now you just pigeonholed yourself to have to play only that, and the double standard gets exposed in this situation.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he said.
And this is exactly what he asked for, and his double standard got exposed.
Here's some of the top comments. Yeah, by the way, the announcer got 3,000 likes, just so people get an idea. Let's see. Why is Chim Cho voicing a non-Asian character for?
Hello.
Hey, what do you think of that? You're on speaker with Heidi, by the way.
No worries. All right, well, I may be buying a bar.
You know, you're not white, so you shouldn't play a white character. Stay in your lane. You wanted things like this, right?
Exactly.
That was a possible future partner in buying and purchasing a bar.
Wait a minute. It just shows that the way that things were before was the least racist way. Hey, we're going to hire people based on their voice, and that's it. And you can.
I would believe that with almost any politician, Dirty, but I'm sorry, but this one's different.
But,
he doesn't have to do this job.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fuck that dude and what he did. I mean, I had huge respect for him.
You may not believe it or not, but I think he really does care about what he's doing. And
he was instrumental in the early seasons in the Simpsons.
well, Rossford, the one I stop at to eat all the time there, it's actually in Rossford, which is right next to Toledo, right over there by the casino.
25 seasons.
Exactly.
The guy was already in negotiations with a different buyer, and then he just got a bad feeling about him, and he knew me and my buddy Bill were very interested in buying it. We know the clientele, we know everything about them.
I love that medium, and I think they wrecked it with this.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, I just love it. Like, I think you should step down from the show. Like,
or you just make good business decisions.
This is what he said. This is the standard.
I mean, he obviously made quite a few bad ones too, you know.
Of course. Yeah.
But he knows how to use the laws the way they're written as well.
I'm no longer using Twitter, so it goes right to the victimhood. If you look at their reply to my latest announcement, you'll see a lot of comments like this that are going around.
I hope it pulls through too. I mean, we'll talk numbers, and then I got to worry about financing. So, which is not the easiest thing to do when you're not as heavily employed as I am now.
You know, yellows should play yellow, yellows should play whites, but whites shouldn't play yellows. Like, that's basically what he's saying. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I still stand by that. I think it's important for all voice actors to be given equal opportunity. I think that's been positive change in that part. A lot of bad faith actors have tried to paint me as saying things I've never said. I've been reluctant for you.
Well, share what you really said then. Let's see. That's what I want to know. What did he actually say?
Yeah.
He never believed this.
Obviously, you have to make a lot of business decisions when you're in business.
He completely deserves all the hate. Turned the industry toxic, and now the toxicity has turned on him. I love Hazard here. Let me pull it up because I saw it floating around. I think
about Kingdom Hearts. He would do like Kingdom Hearts cutscene versus like cinema, like the FMV cutscene versus the.
There's a fucking tick crawling up my windshield. There we go. How the fuck did a tick get in here? Man, I'm glad he didn't get attached to me.
I remember when he did say those statements. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I do remember thinking, oh no, he's like getting really woke with all this stuff, and I do remember not liking that. But I don't remember exactly what it was.
Here's one of his threads. Is it on the screen?
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna change that. Okay, let's do this. That's so weird why it's of it. But it totes isn't. Okay. Yeah. Here's what he said back in 2023. This was always nonsense. Like, oh.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to quit doing what I'm doing as far as the IT stuff because this is not really full time. I mean, I would actually have a partner in this. Actually, we'll have two partners. I'm going to do a 40. My buddy's going to do another 40, and then we have Mr. Moneybags. He's going to be a silent partner. He's going to put in a 20% stake. But we haven't even talked numbers, so if he wants too much for this place, you know, it's a no-go. But at least he's willing to talk to us.
Middle Eastern, South/East or Southeast Asian, because that's all the same thing, right? You're going to lump us all into one. Now wait a minute. So you're offended that they just?
I don't know what that means.
You want to read for a white guy? Like that's.
It's not a startup though. We'd be buying an existing business. One that has already been pretty successful, where he's only owned it for 2 years and he's ready to sell it and retire.
This is not a level playing field. It's not new for any other.
Comes with a liquor license and everything.
I was only sent into audition.
Yes, it serves bar food. But we're already talking about a tweak to the menu.
It's demoralizing as much as I love voiceover the future speaker today. To be clear, this was not my agent's decision. So they told me, like, you can't do that. And again, you have him saying this.
Well, I just think this is an industry problem. Like this isn't just his problem. This is an industry.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm obviously I've already thought about a couple of options for financing, but my stake anyway.
Like if you when you're
everything from
you could go there thinking
an equity mortgage to just a straight up business loan. I think it'd be better with a straight up business loan. That way, if I do default on it, I don't lose the house. And it's not that hard to do a premise with the bank. I know. I understood what you meant. Someone.
And you are a faceless person. No one's ever seeing who you are. They're only listening to your voice. And I think this is an industry-wide problem that needs to be solved from the producers. And this is why when you were reading the other thing and saying, oh, this is what
it'd be too hard for me to just back away from what I'm doing anyway.
The problem starts that those people are still playing this game. So everybody, all the voice actors are going to
think has cops all over the place.
Requesting a white person be a white person is not required. Like, there's all sorts of different. By the way, white people voices are not a monolith. If you go 2 hours north from where I live, they sound like this. Like, hey, did you go down to the snack shack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's real delicious. I don't have that. I don't have like the northern Wisconsin accent. Certainly, I think maybe, I don't know, a Canadian could probably do a good job of that.
I was just going to say that. It's funny because you could say that, like, but it's funny because let's say you're doing a cartoon about a Canadian, right? And you want that whole theme.
Yeah,
like, well,
that's usually how they do it.
What's that a good day?
And they're limited in Ohio according to the areas. They zone for to allow liquor license. This is at the edge of what they call a DORA area of Rossford. They have them in a lot of towns here in Northwest Ohio. They call them DORA, where you can walk around outside with a special cup with alcohol in it as long as you stay in a certain zone. And, you won't get in trouble with an open container or anything like that. I think grants are like I said, once again, I'll look. Like I said, I'm not throwing, and who knows? It depends on what they want to offer. How much he wants for this place. He wasn't even going to offer it to us before. He thought he had a buyer, and he got cold. The owner is the one who got cold feet. He just doesn't like their ideas.
But he was worried about them. He's worried about skin color in that case. And again,
so the grants generally are for new businesses. So, like I said, nothing's off the table.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
No, shut up, Alexis. Wow, it's pretty busy here too. All right, well, I'm going to run in, try and get this done quick. If it gets done quick, I'll fire up the stream again. Seems to be working pretty well now. Thank you for hanging out, y'all. I appreciate you. Go Blue.